Hey there, ladies and gents. It's early days yet. The panel's been outside now for a couple of hours. Sun's set. It's just afternoon now, or dusk. And so far I've seen no condensation build up. As you can see, I can see my reflection in there pretty nicely. I wonder how that's going to be with the sun actually. It's, again, as light absorbent as panels are, you can clearly see me on a late afternoon. It's like 9 o'clock now on the night, so apparently summer is here. But so far, so clear. It's done well. I did loosen off the screws that I put on the outside. I did that because I noticed a slight indenting on the perspex, and I didn't want to put too much pressure on it initially, so that, like, when heat or cold expansion or contraction happens, it doesn't. Oh, it's a little bug. It doesn't actually crack the perspex, because again, I don't know how it's going to actually behave outdoors in the wondrous extremes that we can have here in Britain, out of nowhere, of course, because the weather reports are never correct. So, again, just to show how it's doing at dusk, and I'll be doing a check tomorrow morning, and throughout the week, for the week, before I connect it up and have it out front. So, okay, that's it there for now. Take care, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Hey there, ladies and gents. Well, the solar panel has passed the test, I guess. As you can see, it's nicely covered in rain. We've had one of these days where it's really dark clouds like that, and then intermittent blue clear skies, so it's actually quite a 3 or 4 seasons in one day. Again, we've had heavy rain, we've had really strong sun, one after another. One thing that's held up quite well actually is the perspex itself. It's pretty flat right now, but earlier today, as you see, I've got some flecks in it. It just goes to show that there is warping going on, but I was expecting actually. It's only 2mm thick perspex, but that gives it a nice bit of flexibility when it comes to extreme heat or extreme cold, which again we've had that quite across today. There's some condensation on the inside, but it's actually not going to be a problem because, again, of the warping. It is vented. Oh yeah, my electronic cigarettes, so there'll be no more cigarettes in the smoke blocking some of the shots that I do. Yeah, it's got some venting going on. If the water builds up, it's not too bad a problem because the connections are off the ground. If I end up with a little pool here, for one, I can notice that myself, and for two, it's got means of actually coming out. So I might even put a small bug. I had a fly my finger. I might actually put a small hole in the back actually to allow it to just drip out. It's homemade. It's going to have its problems, which I think that's obviously going to be one of them. But it's going to be something controllable, at least. So as for the outdoor test, overnight as well, it's raining again, in multiple weather conditions, it's done fine. So I'll be putting it on the roof on the weekend when I get hands to get that up. But again, this is cable at the back. It's cooker wire. As you can see, those are the connections compared to my finger, or indeed compared to my electronic cigarette. That size of a pencil. So it's fairly thick wire, something like, I don't know, about what's that, about 17 gauge, something like that. It's quite a thick wire. It's for cookers anyway, very high current, so it gives a better output for the solar panel itself. Now, got a little spider making a home on there already. Little spot. Can't quite see it again, my camera. So yeah, so far so good. The only thing that's been a bit niggy is the outdoor tape that I put on here, just to give it a bit more of a seal, a bit more level of protection. But yeah, that's come off. That's actually not too bad a problem. Everything else is fine. Sealant's on there. Again, it's moved away from the sealant slightly, but that's, if I had screwed it down or fixed it down really, really firmly, like obviously your initial thought would be, oh yeah, I want that down solid, but actually, because of flexing, because of heat and cold, you don't want to fit it down solid, as some other people have found out with their solar projects. Even if you use resin or epoxy, same thing really, but even if you use that, it can still crack and shatter under extreme heat and cold. And on a day like this, when the sun's out, it's raining, it's going to stress the materials used. But due to its actually less than ideal construction, it's been allowed to flex, expand and contract and remain in one piece quite well. And raining again. So far so good. Yeah, it's going to be up on the roof in a few days' time. And that should be that. That's my solar project complete. One of the better working models things that I've done. As you can see, blaringly good sun over there, and we're going to have a bit more in a few seconds, even though it's still raining. Yeah, it's going to be a success. I'll just mount the grid tie inverter indoors. Bob's your uncle. And that's it, done. So it's going to have a go at a solar project. Do what you want. If you want to go on full on a level of investment into it by buying all sealants, all certain covers, again materials, do it. But you can also build it just for a level of fun. With improvised stuff. But there's a pipe sealant in there to hold the panels on that flexes through heat and is pretty much weatherproof. The rain's really picking up. And I've got wiring cover just to raise off the face of the backboard. The backboard itself is not MDF, it's plyboard. It's plyboard, and it's just sealed in polyurethane varnish and weatherproof paint. The actual paint we use on the back trellis right there, minus the varnish. So I've just used that, and it's all held up pretty well. So far so good, and it will last, I guess, as long as it does. But it's not going to be a major loss. Again, my investment into this financially is quite low. I use, again, salvage bits of wood. Again, these are the backboards from my parents' room that they actually took out, and then I just said, I'll have that. And I just used them. Simple as that. These are the size that I wanted. Price for price, nothing actually is the most expensive thing. I'm generally hitting, it's £50 odd for all these panels, minus four of them, yeah, because I've got one in my room, 3 are broke, so minus 4, so that's £50 around that, including postage for the solar panels. Backboard I got for free, was it £3.99 for the length of insulation, wire insulation. The Perspex itself actually was £32, including postage. That was the only pain in the ass thing, that I had to order it twice as they gave me the wrong size first. And the soldering wire, that was 3-4 quid per a fairly big length. Get yourself a decent length of material of the wire. I had to order it twice. Again, I got 24 meters originally, wasn't enough. I got another 24, and that did me well. I've got a bit spare if I want to do any more. As for the grid tie inverter itself, that was around 40-50 quid. That's the 200 watt. That ain't bad. Prices are coming down, but still, I think the quality of them needs to go up, really, or it should do by now. But yeah, £50. So overall, it's not bad, 150 odd quid for the entire setup, installation, all materials, instead of paying £200-300 for a solar panel this size for this wattage output, and then having to get the grid tie inverter, or if you want either a regulator or a battery charger and such, and batteries involved. This is a much simpler route of solar panel, grid tie inverter, done. And that's all you need. You don't really need the batteries. If you do have that, I'd advise on a separate system for the grid tie inverters. Grid tie inverters use batteries. For inverters use batteries. For grid tie inverters, straight to solar panel, or well, not for wind turbines unless you've got a really good regulator, a really good one, and a braking system on the wind turbine to slow it down, because it will kick up a fuss. Again, that's cooker wire, got that for free as well. It's going to be thrown out. I've got another length of that. This will probably be a bit longer than what I need to get to my room, but it's better to have too much than too little. And that's it. It's all set on a 37-degree angle, 35-ish degree angle. And that's it. Job's a good one. Took me a while to build, but that's just waiting on materials. And it should look pretty good outside. A bit of splash of colour on the street. It's quite average street. So this nice rich blue with its silver stripe should look good. Okay then guys, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you later.